Look at that. And people are waving. Doesn't that make your day? It's a bit late for haylage, everything's gone over to seed there. All the sugar's gone into the heads. Mind you, it's not that deep either, is it? So, yeah. Poor year for haylage in the UK so far down here in the south. Chalk path, long strop. So it's ancient pathways, many of them in the UK, all over the place. It's flint based, flint and chalk, very slippery and wet. And obviously the thing you've got to watch with the flint, it's sharp. Trees, mixture of oaks, ash, very mature ash in actual fact, hazels, bit of holly in there. So yeah, and looking at the avenue here, so the way you've got mature hedge on the right, path running through it. So yeah, path's probably over a couple of 100 years old at least, if not a lot more. Sunken paths like this, southern England, France, you see them all over the place. The bocage of normally very similar, very dense sunken lanes, hedgerows. Lovely places to walk, you get a bit of shade, a bit of comfort. Obviously used as a bridle path, so people ride horses along here. You have to duck a bit. Nice bit of hawthorn. Yeah, it's all very nice to see. Lots of herb, plantain, but also lots of rose. Some dog rose everywhere. So, and if you want to make a cup of tea, that's not what I'm here for today though. I'm going to visit my dreaming tree. You don't have to know everything. That's the problem. People get so wound up with absolutely knowing every plant that's out there. You don't have to know every plant that's out there. You need to be able to identify those that are good for you and those that aren't. And it's equally as important to know those that aren't good for you as it is the ones that are. So there we go. Yeah, haylage this year is not good. Not good at all. Everybody's in the same boat, I think, everywhere. But still, this ground's dry. Butterfly there. Butterfly there, one. So I'm stood still within 20 metres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can see 9 butterflies around me, so yeah, good sign for this meadow. I'm not even going to attempt to get close up. I've spent years in the past chasing butterflies around fields trying to get a photograph. I'm not even bothering anymore. Clover. Not a lot of clover out here actually. I like to see clover in meadows. It's a good nitrogen fixer. Bit of thistle in there. That's not so good. Yeah. So down there you've got thistle. Okay, so there's a wild edible for you if you're brave enough to harvest it. And again, you know, stick to the footpath. Stick to the visible footpath across this farmer's field. Heads on that. There would be another tool about, like I say, it's gone over now, seeded. It's lost a lot of its goodness. I'll say hello on the way back, mate. I might join you for a little while. Enjoy your shade if I may. Perfect seat down there on the roots to that oak. Absolutely perfect there. Suits me. Beautiful old oak. That's not what we're here to see today. Wow. That's a bit of confusion, isn't it? Oh. Rabbit poo everywhere. That's a lot more clover in this field. And butterfly feeding on the salts. Okay, you see them down there? Feeding on the salts down there. Yeah, butterflies on all the hedges. Look at this. Look at that. Absolutely cracking. Hoverflies everywhere. Hedge is absolutely alive with hoverflies. Bees. Drones. Oh, you name it, it's out here. Life everywhere. Look at that. Just dancing. The hedge is just dancing with life. These edges of the fields, along the hedges, they're not disturbed. Make the wonderful spots. There. Just so worth keeping your eyes open, just strolling along. Just an explosion of butterflies around me then. Obviously I was settled in that area. And as I walked through, they just all took off round me. That was quite stunning. Just walk hand in hand with nature. Don't need to barge your way through it. Look at them, all around me. Almost like an escort of insects joining me on my walk. Hey Mickey, let's go with Mick. A sort of shady spot here. Give myself a minute or two just to catch my breath. A stream there. Plenty of life in that. So, this size stream, well shaded. Flowing through the centre of the hedge. So, water. Plenty of supplies for the wildlife. Bit big or small. Fantastic. Taken back to another time and another place. Small fields as they used to be years ago. Plants growing quite happily. The wealth of butterflies, birds living in the hedgerows. Look, hedgerows. Isn't that fantastic? And there we got a dense woodland down there. It's a healthy place to be. You can see from all the wildlife, all the butterflies. It is like being in another place in another time. And out the distance comes something from another time in its own right. It's a train. Not just any train. A lovely train. So, we'll give it a wave. See if we can get a wave back. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. Aren't we lucky? Aren't we so very, very lucky? Yeah, what an incredible world we live in. Look at that there. Look at that. And people are waving. Doesn't that make your day? Oh yeah. Don't that make your day? From another time, another place. Oh, and I know you're sitting there going, oh, look at the smoke, Mickey. Yeah, look at the smoke, Mickey. It's of another time. Smell of sulphur. Drifting across here. Yeah. Fantastic. That's made my day. And as you see, the railway, it's a crossing. Safety at all times, look both ways. I know that train's just gone up there. It's a single track. I know it's not coming back in a hurry, but I'll keep my eyes open just in case. Yeah, how wonderful is that? Yeah, absolutely wonderful. And that rabbit we saw earlier on, he lives in there. So, let's see what we can find out on this side. over there. It's what we used to call a lightning tree. Now, it's not my property, so I'm not going to walk out there, although I'd dearly love to walk out there and just have a look at it. But yeah, I stay on the footpath and have a look, see what we can see. Absolutely beautiful day. Just double check. There it is. It says the footpath goes straight up this field, so that's what we'll do. We'll go straight up this field because that's what it says to do. And again, you can see the difference. This field's been grazed, so you'll notice that the hedge, well, you can tell straight away that that's courtesy of sheep. You can see from all the wool. And you can see where the sheep have tucked under it when the weather's looking a bit grotty, which they will do. You can see how it's been cut and laid, and it's grown along, and then everything's grown up from it. So pretty much from one plant there, you've produced all these uprights, which have then gone on to produce a thicker hedge, a better animal barrier. Up there you can see sheep. Right, I can see plenty of sheep up there laying in the shade. It's going to get to 30 degrees today. I'm not walking up any further. What I don't want to do, I don't want to push those sheep out of that shade. They won't like it. Heat's not their friend, and I'm only out here having fun. I don't have to walk up that field. So rather than disturb that livestock, push them out into the heat of the day, make them run, make them panic, I should just carry on, and we shall go back across the other side of the railway line. We're going to walk out across one of the fields, and there's a footpath takes me down into this woodland, so we'll have an explore of that. But again, in being out here, I just thought, what a lovely hedge, you know. So UK fields until the war, Second World War really, were mostly small patchwork fields. The small patchwork fields aren't good for doing big monoculture crops. What they are good for is wildlife. Absolutely brilliant for wildlife. They're good for small cropping. They're good for when you are breeding numbers of cattle or sheep and you want to separate pastures, meadows, feeding areas, or members of the herd. You know, you want to keep the bull out, you put the bull somewhere else. So again, hedges, they take hundreds of years to come to perfection, and then they need to be managed. You know, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a beauty. Look at that. So that was laid all that time ago, carried on growing and thickening up, and put all those uprights off of it. You can see where the hedge layer weaved it in there, out of there, in there. Yeah, quite incredible, really. Quite incredible. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to wait for that little train to come back, and yeah, I'm going to try and catch some more footage of that, and then we'll bimble across the other side. Yeah, see how it goes. Oh, look at this. Oh, we got something else. Oh yeah, look at that. That's stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Go guys, thank you. Cheers. Give everybody a wave. There we go. Steam train. That makes me smile. Oh, let's get coffee on. Camera gear. Brew kit. Coffee's on. Right, so I'm not too worried about the length of boil because it's tap water. So it should be okay. Nice coffee, don't make it too strong, as I do have to get home eventually. Let's very carefully. Let's bring that back over there, and using the snuffer, because the snuffer has a nice handle on it. Snuff that out. Right, there we go. That's out. Don't touch that. Let the whole lot cool down. Get the coffee. Nice. Nice. That's what I need. Coffee. The sitting tree. So I sit there, lean back against the trunk with the permission of this lovely oak tree, and enjoy my coffee. Get everything cooled down. That's amazing. Should have been. Hey, thank you, tree, for your shade, your rest, your comfort. thank you for helping me put my mind at ease and thinking about things. Have a good life, Tree, and I'll see you sometime soon. Right, I'll start my walk, start wending my way back across the fields. Make sure that is set to record, and head back to the car. Bloody hell, is it warm? Is it warm? Let me do one quick check beforehand. Have I got the keys in my pocket still? Hi guys, Mick here. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a walk out on the Isle of Wight following one of the old paths. Now the farm there, Gateway Farm, wonderful place. They're an organic farm and they've kept the fields and the land pretty much as it was many years ago. So again, being the Isle of Wight, they weren't hit with the same issues that a lot of places were in the UK during the Second World War, where they grubbed all the hedges out. This is quite an exposed area on that island, and they used the hedges were required to provide shelter. Now, when we talk about small fields, basically we're going back to a time where the fields were manageable by a man, a farmer, somebody ploughing with a horse or maintaining or growing crops, looking after livestock on that land. And that meant that the fields were sheltered from wind and weather, whether it was arable or livestock. The farm is a beautiful place to visit and walk through. There's lots of information boards all over the place, and it is just smothered in wildlife. And unfortunately, the GoPro isn't really the right camera for showing you the detail of it. But take it from me, it was stunning. I was escorted by butterflies all day. I had a wonderful half hour, sat under the tree getting my breath back, having my coffee. It was beautifully peaceful. And the rest of the walk, to be honest with you, was pretty much the same all the way back to the car. And then I went home, saw Mum, and yeah, it was just a stunning walk. Hope you enjoyed it. The steam trains were great to see. Now, that's the Haven Street Steam Railway. Have a look at them. They've got a website. They've got all sorts of trains. If you ever make it to the Isle of Wight and you fancy a run on a steam train with the family or a day out, go and pay it a visit. And they're also on their website. It gives you places like that crossing, maps to find them, so you can get your own photographs and all the rest of it. Yeah, I'm waffling. I'm going on and on and on and on. Guys, hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Get outside. Have some sort of adventure. Have a walk. Get some fresh air. Love those you do. Forget those you don't. And as always, may peace and light be upon you all. This is Mickey, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Mickey out.